Welcome to the TPC Desktop video series. In this video, we'll look at the new Summary and Undo buttons for the Import option. Let's go ahead and just jump right in, and then we'll explain why this is going to be so important to us. I've opened the file we used for the video on the Trimble Business Center, and let's go ahead and open or import that Trimble Business Center file. So I've got the format that I want. I'm turning on details. Let's go ahead and browse to that file and import it. So we've brought the data in. We turn on the details so we can see that I'm bringing in latitude and longitude for a number of points here. Traverse PC has added those points to the survey, computed the equivalent coordinate reference system coordinates, in this case a state plane, and added a traverse here to store those points. Now, what if I didn't get what I wanted, or I said I didn't quite choose the right option to start with? I wanted to do that import a little differently. We make it real easy now to come back to import, and you're going to notice two new buttons here, the undo and the summary. And we're going to take a look at these real quick and how these are so helpful. First, the summary. I did the last operation, which was an import. If I hit summary now, Traverse PC is going to remind me of what we actually did here. So it's going to go down each of those points. It's not going to have all the details of the message view, but it's going to list all the points that it added or any points that it modified during that import. So I can see exactly what's in here, and I know that this is what's going to get undone. So it's a great way, this summary is, for me to see what's going to happen in reverse when I hit the undo button. So let's go ahead and clear that view. We really don't need that open. And let's just hit undo. So Traverse PC undid this last import, and if we come over to the managers, we see there's no traverse now, and there are no points. So it basically just took us right back to square one. So let's go ahead and run through those steps again, and let's go to another step. So let's do import. Get right back where we were a moment ago with that lat long. Okay, so here's our summary and undo just like we had a moment ago. Now, let's say that we come over and look at our points and we realize, oh, well, we don't have elevations here because those weren't available in the geodetic file from Trimble Business Center, but we did have those in the state plane file. So we're going to come back into settings. We're going to go ahead and recall an ASCII format instead, and we'll turn on details for that. And let's say that we want to overwrite existing points, but we accidentally turned on this convert coordinates. Convert coordinates would take ground coordinates from Trimble Business Center and convert them to the coordinate reference system, what we call a grid coordinate in Traverse PC. This is a mistake. It's not what we want to do, but let's say we did that accidentally. So let's come in and browse to this file. Here it is. Okay, we can preview that and see that's really just coordinates and point labels, kind of what we expect. And let's go ahead and import that. Again, we turned on details, so we can come over now, and let's just drop down to the last point because it's easy for us to see here. We can see that I imported the coordinates for 9941, and we updated the coordinates from the old coordinates that were in there, generated from the latitude and longitudes, to the new coordinates that were in the state plane file. And finally, here's what the coordinates are. So over in the point manager, we've got new positions for all these points. But in looking at the details, we realized, oh, rats, I did a conversion on those when I didn't mean to. Okay, that wasn't how I wanted to do that. So I simply come back to File, Import, and I say, okay, let's look at the summary just to verify what's in there. And if I look down here at this 9941 we were working on, I see here's my original survey point, and here are the coordinates for it, and here's the survey point I ended up with. Okay, so the point I ended up with is what's going to currently show in the point manager. But I want to get back to this original, so I can simply bring this in and choose undo. And let's look over here at the point manager now. If I scroll down to the bottom, just move these coordinates out here a little bit, I can see that now I'm back to my original position, which ended in a northing of a 177.124 and ended in an easting of 734.194. So I'm back to those original coordinates before I did the conversion. So this is a really great way for me to say, you know what, I didn't have quite the settings I wanted. Let me just undo that. Let's go back and pick the settings I do want. I don't want to convert those coordinates. I did that wrong. I really don't need details this time because I know what I'm getting. And let's go back in and read that file again. And now Traverse PC is going to import that for me. And I'm going to have the correct coordinates in here, but now with the elevations I wanted to get out of that file.